Hello, everyone. I'm the Billings Bandit, and I got some bad news. For those of you who are waiting to finish up my Witcher series, I'm actually not going to be doing the third episode. That game is just too damn hard to stream. It takes every bit of my concentration to play it, and I'm doing it on a very hard difficulty, and I just can't give you guys the humor that you deserve from my videos, so I am sorry about that. I did actually want to do a quick review here. I was recently told that the farewell season of Parks and Recreation had ended, so I decided to check that out. And after watching the first episode of it, I couldn't actually stop. I binge watched the entire thing. However long it takes to watch those episodes in a row, that's how long it took me to get through it. It's really, really good. It's amazing. It's like I have a fondness for like sitcoms like that, and I love a lot of the actors that are on that show. But my God, like I found myself crying a couple of times, and then as soon as you start getting a little emotional, they break it with a perfect joke. They did an amazing final episode where they kind of they show you where everyone's gonna end up. They show you the future instead of just the path that they ended up being on at the end of the series. They show you where that path actually eventually could lead them, and I love that. There's even an episode where it's basically just Chris Pratt, the character of Andy Dwyer, he's doing his own like Johnny Karate Super Awesome Special Explosion show. And it's a great episode because it showcases a lot of the people's part on that show and how he can get them to do him a huge solid by just coming on and getting attacked by a bunch of kid ninjas. Those kid ninjas are awesome, and he seems to have them pretty damn well trained. Um, Ron Swanson has always been one of my favorite characters in that show. His voice is hilarious. It's even more hilarious to me now because I watched Axe Cop recently, the second season, and he does the voice of Axe Cop, and that's a great show too. I mean, it's definitely for kids, and there's no reason that a man my age should enjoy it, but I do. I love his voice. I love his delivery. The way he just puts everything so matter of factly, there's just no way to dispute it because you know it wouldn't matter if you did. Um, there's so much to love in this series. Like I really recommend everyone just to watch this series if you ever get a chance. It's on par with The Office. If you like The Office, if you think The Office is a great show, this is just as good, if not better, than The Office because it actually has a lot more to do with situations we find ourselves in every day because they work at the government, so they deal with regular people all the time. Whereas in an office building, you kind of have these archetypes you get like weighed down by, and a lot of people don't work in an office anymore, so it's harder to relate to them. The biggest thing I really like got a kick out of was the idea of bringing back some of these characters who were just like a nod in one of the previous seasons and actually completing their story arc as well. Um, the character that Tom ends up with, I'm not gonna spoil it if you watch the previous seasons, but I love the choice they made with that one. They could have gone a lot of directions with that, and I love the person they chose. April and Andy are just as lovable and awesome as ever. They didn't really change up the characters too much. Although April does seem much more responsible, much more driven, she's still April. Honestly, it's a lovable cast of characters. Like Ben Wyatt still, like I hear everything he says reminds me of just the fact that this is kind of a cartoon world they've created because he's the only one reacting appropriately to anything that's happening, and he does a really, really great job of like breaking when he needs to break, but staying straight faced when he has to. There's not a whole lot more I can say about I really just recommend watching the entire series, but definitely if you haven't seen that farewell season yet, season 7, check that one out. It's a little bit shorter, I think, than some of the other seasons were, but there are two 45-minute episodes in the middle of it that are dynamite. Especially the one where Leslie and Ron are trying to sort out their differences. Anyway, once again, I'm sorry that I can't be doing this Witcher 3 stream anymore. Like I said, I really wanted to, but fuck, that game is just too much for me to be entertaining while playing. I get so sucked into it and I forget that I have to actually talk and and react to things. So what I'm going to start doing is probably doing some more funny games, some more silly ones. Might even do some more Goat Simulator. I got a lot more stuff in that. I got some others. I could do some more Kung Fury, and I always love playing Binding of Isaac, so I definitely do a couple streams of those just to kind of mix it up. But I hope you guys liked my first review. I know it was for a TV show season that isn't even out on DVD yet, but uh, go ahead and post comments if you want to. Subscribe to me if you like it, and I'll definitely be doing a lot more of these, as I said earlier in the week. Anyway, I've been the Billings Bandit. You guys have a good night.